Hey, what's up, guys? You're with PlanetFight Podcast, episode 5. I'm Dip.
I'm Tuck. And yeah, we have a lot to get into with UFC 248 happening and the whole shit show that it was at times and how amazing it was at times.
Yeah, it was definitely a love-hate kind of thing. It was like, let's get into it.
Yeah, well, one of the things is we got treated to one of the best fights I've ever seen, at least. I don't know how some other folks feel
Definitely
about it.
The best women's fight I've ever seen in my life. Brett, what's his name?
Brett Okamoto? Yeah.
Brett Okamoto said that is in the top 10 fights of all time, probably in the top 7. And I agree with him on that. It's hard to get better than that. And first of all, Joanna's chin.
It's wild.
Dude.
The punches
she should have went down. Everyone else in that weight division would have went down.
Yeah. You have to remember, like, she went 5 rounds with Valentina. Her chin can take a whipping.
Right.
She's tough. I thought the decision was right. I know a lot of people were upset with
I agree.
Yeah. It's every time Zhang seemed to come back, it looked like she would stun Joanna and sting her with her shots. Where Joanna was like pushing forward and landing things, but as far as like hurting her and doing damage, I think Zhang really stepped ahead.
Dude, Zhang, just like we said before, like Zhang's power punches are crazy, and the combo she puts together, it's almost like Pacquiao-esque how fast she gets in and out, and it's so powerful. Like just like I say, like Pacquiao, but it's crazy. The way she was tagging her. One thing that really was cool I saw was when did you see how Joanna kicked her in the face at the end of the round? Zhang kicked her right before she landed that, which put Joanna off balance just enough to where she just nipped her chin. If she didn't kick her, she would have landed flush on the head, and it would have been a knockout, dude. It would have been crazy.
No, yeah, but it's the classic technique, like, and you see it the best with when Fedor fought Mirko Cro Cop. Whenever Mirko would throw his back leg, Fedor would just like cover and fire a leg kick.
Yeah,
and
knock him off balance.
Eventually, like, if you hit that leg hard enough multiple times, that kick loses a lot of steam. I was really impressed with Zhang's ability to pull Joanna into like a straight line contest where Joanna wasn't working her angles and stepping off as much. She would pull her in and get her to step straight on, and then would counter her well with like a 3-punch combo. It was really, really cool stuff to see. Because every other girl that's fought Joanna, when Joanna's engaging, she's like cutting angles and working her leg kicks and stepping off to the sides and giving different looks. And Zhang managed to use some lateral movement to get her to come straight forward and walk her onto shots. It was good to see.
Dude, her forehead was so messed up.
It was.
That was nuts. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
That was nuts. She looked like Invader Zim.
Yeah. It was the worst one I saw before that was like Mark Hominick's versus Jose Aldo. If you ever seen that one,
I did.
That one was just like right here. That one wasn't that.
That
big.
was her whole head.
That
was nuts. Kind of went out of order, but
yeah, we did.
What do you think about the Izzy Yoel fight?
I mean, I still enjoyed it.
Right.
Just because it did have me on the edge of my seat because I was waiting for these explosions.
Right. I had a tweet that was like, you were on a roller coaster that never went down.
Yeah.
It was like you're just sitting there waiting for someone to pull. But it was like a chess match, kinda, and no one really got to implement it. I saw a lot of people saying, and I agree with this, that their styles just didn't match up. You know, Izzy even said in a lot of his like post-fight interviews, I'm not falling into your traps. You know, he's like, I'm not, and especially not to please all these drunk fans. Like, I'm not just gonna rush in. You know what I mean? He's like, he's a martial artist. Like, he's smarter than that. You know, he's been in so many fights. He's been in like 90 kickboxing fights. I was a little mad at Yoel. I mean, just like everyone says, I agree. We always hate when people say this kind of when you got to take the belt, like with the Dom Reyes thing. But Dom was going after it, you know, whatever. Dude, Yoel, that was his last shot at a belt, and he did that. And I get his plan. And it worked. Izzy even said, he was like, dude, he got me in the first round because I was getting impatient. And as soon as he got me, I realized, like,
it's not gonna
it's not going to work like that. And he was even throwing good head kicks. They were just getting blocked. Yoel had great defense, but like I told you, I even, we talked about it right after the fight. Izzy, every time Yoel tried to take him down, Izzy sprawled and got out of it. I mean, and that just, I think, goes to show how good Izzy's, like, ground defense is. He tells everyone, I mean, because he is lanky, you know, and it's hard to take those lanky guys down like that.
Yeah, to be fair, Yoel didn't, like, on paper, there should be such a crazy, wild, exciting fight.
Right.
Because Yoel is such an explosive, come-forward fighter. But and we should have looked at his fight with Paulo Costa and been like, okay, maybe he won't be like that. Because when he's met with someone who he feels like he can't overwhelm, he tends to sit back and let him come forward. So, like, I get it. Like, styles do make fights. Sometimes you just need a better dance partner, and these guys are just bad dance partners.
Terrible.
Yeah. For Izzy, like, Paulo Costa might be...
I can't wait for
might be the...
I love how he was there. They had to escort him out.
He's looking thick. I don't know how that boy is going to make fucking 185. He's so big. So big.
I know.
Yeah, but Paulo Costa is going to
sparring with Logan Paul.
Knocked him out, yeah. I think that might be staged.
I think it was staged, but still, it's funny.
Izzy did the right thing here.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of DC against Anderson Silva. Mm-hmm. Do you remember it was like, come on, like, fight, but you think DC wants to get head kicked? Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like DC just took him down, held him there, give him some punches, you know.
Yeah, you got arguably one of the most creative strikers of all time.
Right.
And you've been training for someone completely different. Don't play his
game. And Yoel got him. Izzy said in his I watched his Ariel interview on Monday, and Izzy said that shot he hit him with hurt his eye. But remember, he was doing this with his eye. He said he was seeing 2 Yoels. Yeah. And that's like, after that, like, dude, as soon as he hits me like that, I'm doing the same thing.
No, yeah. So it's as much as it's a sport, this is also a fucking fight.
Right. It's like Mayweather.
Yes.
It's like a Mayweather.
Yeah. Like, at no point should you put yourself in the position to, like, get knocked out. Right. So Izzy felt that. I was like, cool, that's never going to happen to me.
Exactly. Yeah, he's like, you're not touching me with that.
Like, if anyone looks me in the face and is like, Izzy's a bitch for doing that, he shouldn't have ran that whole fight. Like, what the fuck are you
all
talking
the tough
about?
guys on Twitter would have ran from Yoel.
Cheeto, yeah, like you Cheeto finger couch potato. Like, it's not like the NFL where that dude can go next week and have, like, another game and show how good he is. Like, if he gets knocked out, that's like 6 months where he doesn't get to do anything and get paid. Right. Like, he made a very good decision here. Now he gets Paulo Costa.
He's on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like Dana said, on the resume, on to the next one. Yeah.
I don't ever want to see this fight again. Never, ever again. Unless Yoel signs a contract that says he will throw a minimum of strikes per round.
Did you see what Izzy said after the thing? And, like, shook his hand, and he was like, I see you soon, boy. Yeah. Like, Izzy said that. And Yoel, he's like, I'll see you. He's like, if you stick around till you're 50, I'll see you. Yeah. And then Yoel went, I see you soon, boy. And they both, like, walked away.
I hope Yoel would do something different in the rematch.
No, they better not rematch that. Dana, don't do it.
I don't understand Yoel's corner not, like, begging him to switch it up. He stood in the same spot for 2 minutes of the first round and rotated on him. Like, if anyone's ever telegraphed that they're waiting for you to come into the more, like, it's so bad. And we've seen these things before with, like, Anderson Silva versus other guys, where Anderson was such a counter striker that when these dudes sit back, he didn't really have a lot for them because he trained to be himself. And then you see when he had those fights, what then happens. And that's, like, after those fights where we're like, Anderson Silva's so boring, like, if a dude doesn't come after him, he doesn't do anything. And then he fucking front kicked Vitor Belfort in the face. Like,
I think Yoel was getting really frustrated because he did try to change his game plan when he shot for those takedowns. And he got stuffed, you know, and you could say Izzy ran, but dude, if I evade a takedown from Yoel, I'm running across the cage too and setting back up. You know what I mean? I'm not giving him a chance, like, as I'm getting up to throw one of those crazy punches and catch me or something like that.
My thing with that, like, he did shoot for takedowns, but I think he only went for 2.
2, yeah.
Like, if
well, he did them, like, right in a row and then stopped.
Yeah, but he also didn't explode forward with any strikes. Like, he didn't...
Yeah. Just set him up or anything.
Like, you didn't use any of your gas tank for the first 3 rounds, dude. It's round 4 or 5. Right. And you start turning it up, but you turn it up for 10 seconds a round. Mm-hmm. Like, what is that going to do here? I don't get why his corner wasn't like, hey, this is a 5th round. Like, give it everything you fucking got. Go out there and try and finish this guy. It didn't make sense to me. But yeah, it just makes me more excited for Izzy versus Costa. Costa's a bit crazy. Right. He is going to try to march forward on Izzy, and it's not going to go well for him, I don't think. Uh-huh. Well,
so, next one.
Dariush's insane KO.
Dude, that was crazy.
It was great.
That fight was nuts.
I thought the first round, after the first round, I didn't think it was going to be a close fight by any measure. Because
he's a jiu-jitsu guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Darush.
Yeah. He's like he's not exactly jiu-jitsu, but he's really good at it. Like he was never a dude that did a lot of like the IBJJF competitions or anything like that. But he's, as far as MMA, he's one of the best.
I like what he said at the end. They said like, where'd that come from? Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, I have this tendency to, and I know a lot of MMA fighters have this. You hit me,
I want to hit you.
Yeah, he goes, okay, let's play this game. and he's like, I just start throwing haymakers, and I caught him. And he's like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And he's like, in this case, it worked. And that was awesome. He timed it perfect. And that's why that kind of sucks with that Cutabella guy, because shit like that happens all the time. Yeah. Guys get rocked and people were like, oh, you think he's like depleted, and then he comes with some haymaker and catches him. You know, it happens all the time.
Yeah, dudes just start pushing forward.
Exactly. And he was clear, that guy was playing possum. Yeah. But in this situation, he did it perfectly. I thought he was done. Yeah. I thought he was done, dude. And then he just came and crushed him, man.
I don't know what Dariush is trying to do though. Like he's king of the dad bods kind of.
Right, dude.
I don't know why he wouldn't try to get down to featherweight, because at lightweight he has some big losses.
At featherweight he would be real good.
Yeah, he's the dude that Edson Barboza dragon kneed in the face. That counter knee off the jab. It's pretty wild, but. That's the same kind of thing where they started throwing hard in the end, in the third round, and he was winning the fight, and then Edson caught him.
Shout out Edson.
Yeah, who also wants to leave.
Yeah, he's out of here. It's okay. He'll go to one and like make more money.
Yeah, or Bellator and just murder every fighter they have on the roster. Go to welterweight.
Neil Magny. We both picked Lee to win, but in all fairness, now I don't know much about Lee. But I did not expect him to be that short coming in there. I thought he was a little taller. He looks like a bigger boy in the picture.
Dude, Neil's just giant.
Well, Neil is big, but like Neil just pushed the pace, dude. Yeah. He was crushing him. The body shots, pushing him up against the cage.
Yeah.
I mean, how long? He had a layoff too.
It was 16 months. That's why I chose against him, because of the 16 months. But then, like, when they were in the broadcast and they were running down all the dudes that Neil has beat, I was like, oh, I fucked up.
Yeah, dude, he's beat some top dogs. Definitely.
You really forget. Yeah, and I mean, and Lee's coming off a gnarly knockout from Shanghai where he put a dude out cold. So I was like, oh, he has power. Neil kind of gets hit. But Neil took the shots well. He came forward, put his hands together, pressed him up against the fence, took him down, and just exhausted him. It was such a good showing.
Yeah.
I wanna see Neil get it back with Santino Ponzinibbio, but I don't know what's going on with that dude. I think he's hurt, but like, I haven't seen or heard of him.
He should use Paulo Costa's doctor.
Yeah,
he'll get back in no time.
Then there was the Alex Oliveira fight. Yeah, it's the one where Alex was trying to finish him at the end of the third.
Okay, got you.
This is like I was super impressed with Oliveira and Griffin too, because he lost that first round pretty bad, and Alex knew that he was going to go for takedowns, so he was working that counter uppercut and landed it a lot, cut his eye open with it, and then Griffin held him down for the entire second round, and Oliveira came out and took him down, beat him up. The difference was, if Griffin would have passed half guard and side control in that third round and like gotten to mount or done anything besides hold him, because in the beginning of the third round, Oliveira was holding him down and landing big shots on him, and then Griffin reversed and then just held top position.
Yeah.
So I get why they gave the fight to Oliveira. I thought it was a really good fight.
Sugar Sean.
Yeah.
We're on to Sugar Sean. Dude, that was awesome. That was like perfection.
I know.
And I was worried because that Jose dude looked scary. Mm-hmm. And I told you, I was like, he looks like a killer. He was also an Ultimate Fighter winner in Mexico. Yeah. But he was an Ultimate Fighter winner also.
No, yeah. But with good hands. Like, dude. He has some clean boxing.
But Sugar Sean made him look like he didn't belong in there, dude. Yeah. He came out, he was so confident. And I told you, his big ginger coach scares me. Dude, that dude looks like he is a savage.
Yeah.
He just looks like you wouldn't want to be in a ring with him. The kick he dropped him with hit his guard.
But it's because he's covering boxing style and it wraps around. The same with that counter left he hit him with. Or was it a right?
I don't know exactly.
Hit him because he's covering here, so he catches the hand, but the forearm still cracks him in the temple. Like it was just a great performance by Sugar Sean. Like that was so impressive. I want to see.
How long did that last?
Yeah, I mean 2 minutes. He
did it in 2 minutes.
Yeah, TKO'd him in 2 minutes. That's pretty wild.
That's a great comeback.
For a dude who's known to be tough as well.
Right, right. That 2-year layoff sucked.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad he's back. Shout out Sugar Sean.
I'm trying to think of who they can throw him at, but at bantamweight, I want to see him get like 3 more fights under his belt before he gets a top 10 guy.
I like how he tweeted, I heard Henry Cejudo pissed his pants watching my fight. Did you see that? He made a tweet that was like, it was like the night of. He was like, yeah, I heard Henry Cejudo pissed his pants watching my fight yesterday.
Yeah.
And Ariel like asked him about it on Monday, and he was like, I don't know, dude, I was high, and I just tweeted that.
I want them to do this right though, because they got one. Like they got a dude with a lot of potential. So groom him. Like don't just throw him to fucking Cody Garbrandt in a main event 5-round.
Well, dude, his specialty though, like everyone around him, and I know what you mean, like don't throw him into the wolves yet, but his specialty is shining in the bright lights, like when almost like a Conor McGregor thing, like where it's like Conor does his best when like the pressure, and back in the day especially, like when the pressure was on and no one thought he was gonna win, you know, and that's what like his camp and everyone says kind of why they want to push him faster is because they feel he shines brighter in like tough situations. But I know what you mean. He could just get flash KO'd, and then that's like that's down the drain.
Let him see styles. Give him a dude that's like an NCAA All-American. Let him fight off takedowns. Like let him feel the whole spectrum of things, and then let's get him against the dudes that like will really truly build his name. Like he's genuinely an ultra talented guy. I just have worries about if you bump him up against a dude who has like good counter leg kicks or really beats up the lead leg, or dudes that have like a lot of stifling wrestling.
Right.
I want him to get like those guys on a lighter level before he goes in against the top 10. Because like if you get taken down by Henry Cejudo, right. So I want him to have like a wrestler that's going to give him that kind of Greco pressure first.
Gotcha. Real quick before we go, we weren't planning on talking about him, but Mark Madsen broke his jaw.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
I read that.
Yeah, he broke his jaw. That's why I was wondering why he was talking all funky after the.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what the hell?
Also, Hubbard's stock was there too. Yeah, he put on that last 3rd round. He was really trying to finish that fight.
Broke Cuzzy's jaw. Yeah. On to
Adolfo
Vieira. That was sick. So this was the fight I was talking about. Yeah. Where early, was it the 1st round he kicked him?
Yeah.
That crazy Russian guy. Those dudes look crazy. I don't think he was from Dagestan, but disclaimer, don't mess with any Russians. I don't care if they're from Dagestan, Moscow. I don't know any other Russian cities. He's nuts.
Yeah.
But anyway, he kicked him in the face. Adolfo Vieira came back and got his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, the toe went straight into his eye. That was a gnarly thing to see. It was gross.
It was close. Dude, we were saying if he didn't finish him, they would have stopped it.
Yeah,
because he couldn't see. They definitely would have
came in. His eye was completely shut. It was
definitely.
They weren't going to do anything about that. Yeah, Adolfo looked great. He's a straight jiu-jitsu guy, so his striking is never going to look incredible. But he's fighting a Russian striking specialist. So you know they're going to have teats, turning kicks, and a few other things. But they're not going to have like a classical jab combo. So he feels good about shooting and naked on takedowns. But against those other dudes, you're going to have to disguise them. Because you would see it too. Like he would get it and then just change levels and explode through. You can do that against these dudes.
The only way you could beat a crazy Russian is if you counter them with a crazy Brazilian.
Yeah.
They're the only kind. That's the first time I've ever seen a Russian get mauled like that on the ground. Dude, it was like he couldn't do anything. He was like, I'm stuck. I know he's like the best jiu-jitsu guy ever.
If Adolfo gets if he gets to mount on most middleweights, that's a rough time.
Dude, if he gets on my back, I'm flicking him on.
Boy's bodied up though, like it's he might be on some super impressed though. The technique was clean, and you're not going to find dudes with much better squeeze than he has, especially in an arm triangle spot. Like
Deron Wynn lost too.
I know. I was kind of happy about that. I like Gerald Mearshart. But that being said, he did have his moments in this fight.
Yeah, he did. He did show. I thought he was going to win.
Me too.
Throughout the whole time, and then.
Yeah, but he went and then you see it again. He got hurt.
Mm-hmm. I went to the bathroom. Remember, I came back down, and you were like, I was like, what do you mean he got him? He was like,
it was pretty intense to see too.
Yeah, that's it for UFC 248. Thanks for joining us, guys, for episode 5 of the Planet Fight Podcast. Please subscribe, follow us on Twitter Instagram, do all of that. It's at PlanetFight. And on Twitter, it's at PlanetFight123. This is Planet Fight Podcast, episode 5. I'm Dip.
I'm Tuck.
And we're out.